do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Hey everyone, welcome back again.
All I do is lean, lean, lean.
Fuck, that was pretty crazy. It was probably the worst intro we've ever done, man. Welcome back to the NBA Talk shit show.
Sure.
Spades, Kwokka, Harold, Kumar,
Wow.
or is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Or is it like freaking random Indian player that doesn't exist, Jeremy Lin? I don't know, you decide. I'm the one wearing the New York.
How good has
Pretty
this
good, man.
Jeremy Lin
Pretty
show
good,
been?
man. Pretty good, man. This is probably the best story that I've ever come across
Yeah.
in the NBA, man. Like just one of the real it's just out there shit, man. You just don't see. You don't see a cat fly around the league for years, be in like the minor leagues, and just come through and just all of a sudden just become the literally, man. Like he's almost the face of the NBA at the moment. Every site you go to, all you see is Lin. All I see is Lin, 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 no matter what. And it comes with like a whole bunch of some crazy fucking puns and shit. Like the Knicks are on a Linning streak, or they just, you know, will the Knicks Lin this game?
Linsanity.
Linsanity.
It's another one there.
Telling you, man, you can come up with some mad puns, man.
Ah, there's a lot of puns out there.
So what happens when Jeremy Lin has a shit game? What happens then? Does all of a sudden everybody just stop and fucking shit on the dude after that, or what is it? Because you know, like every NBA player is bound to have at least one bad game. The funniest thing, man, today this cat comes up to me at work and he's like, yeah, he scored 10 points today, and I was like, yeah, he had 13 assists. You fucking twit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But what happens when Jeremy Lin has a bad game, man? Is everybody going to turn on him as well, or not?
It's a team sport, you know, like, you know, everyone's got to contribute. And
I ain't going to terminate Jeremy.
13 assists, that's still, you know, still something.
Jeremy Lin makes me wish I was Chinese, man. Like, for real. You know what I mean? You want to swap real quick? I don't know, man. We'll just take my aura and put it in your body and take your aura.
But I don't know how to drive, dude. Seriously.
Jeremy Lin does right through the lane. For real, man. But back to the NBA. So we got a whole segment about Jeremy Lin. It's a separate video. About the hot teams and the cold teams, man. Let's start out east, man. And New York, man. I mean, you know, like I said, it's in a different
7 games.
7 games, mates. Their season is turning around very, very, very quickly, man. And I've said it in the other video, but I'll say it again, man. The Knicks were just one really good point guard away from being a championship contending team. And I think you're going to see this winning streak extend. I also think you're going to see a couple of really long winning streaks from these guys throughout the season, maybe a few 10-game winning streaks here and there. A lot of people are saying, okay, well, what happens when Carmelo comes back? When Carmelo comes back, they become even more dangerous. For the past third of the season that's been played so far, or however much has been played, for the first quarter, if you will, or the first 20% of it, you know, they tried to run the ball through Carmelo and it just wasn't working because he's not a facilitator. They've got a great point guard at the moment running the show, and they're going to run the ball through him, and it's his team at the moment to command. So, you know, he's the quarterback. I really think they're gonna.
I think Miller will thrive on Lin's energy as well.
Yeah, man.
So
I think he already is. You can see him on the bench going ape shit, man. He's like full going gorilla.
He wishes he was there. But he will be there in the next couple of games.
He does, man. He does, man. The other hot team at the moment are the evil Miami Heat. You know how I feel about Miami, but I still think they're the best team in the NBA at the moment.
They're still at it.
Yeah, they're still at it, man. They're still at it. But they got to watch out for the Knicks now, man, because they got something that they didn't really have to worry about before. You know what I mean? Like really, like if you think about the East, right? You know, prior to this little 7-game streak that New York's got on, you had the Bulls and you had the Heat. You know, they were the only really 2 teams that you'd be worried about or that you think would like make it into top contention. But anyway, look, we'll stop talking about the Knicks now. The Heat, man, they're pretty damn, pretty good, man. I mean,
it's still impressive. Still a team to beat.
Yeah, they are. They are definitely the team to beat this year.
I guess it's always like two out of the 3,
Mm-hmm.
2 out of the big 3 always tend to perform. I think there was one game where LeBron and Wade were out, not in this streak, but just throughout the season.
Yeah, that was against Atlanta, and
Bosh
Chris Bosh
yeah.
just stepped up. He had 34 and 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's good, man. It's good to see Chris Bosh still has it, but I think this year's Miami's year, man. To be honest with you, all bullshit
You
aside.
still predicting Miami?
Look, man, I'd like to predict New York right now, but I
Yeah.
think it's still a bit too far off to say that. Just out to the west now, man, the west side, and San Antonio. There's old motherfuckers on a 9-game winning streak without Manu Ginobili.
Yes.
You know.
But Tony Parker, he's back in form.
Oh, he's really
And,
back in form.
Also, rotation between Richard Jefferson and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
The rookie.
Kawhi Leonard's really proving some good minutes.
Good trade by the Spurs to pick him up and
Yeah.
trade George Hill, because they need that kind of player.
Absolutely, man. I think, Kawhi Leonard plays quite a little bit of a similar game to Paul George as well. He's quite athletic and he can really be a strong defender. So it would have made no sense for the Pacers to really keep those two on the same team regardless. So the Spurs, man, yeah, you're absolutely right. You hit it. Their rotations between that small forward position that are covering up for Manu Ginobili are great. But I think, man, this comes down to Popovich again, man. I don't think a lot of people don't give Greg Popovich the credit he deserves.
Yeah.
This is an aged team, if you really think about it, right? The Spurs, if you look at their roster, you got great names on there. You got like your Tim Duncans, you got your Manu Ginobili's, and you've got Tony Parker who's hitting form again. But they're an aged team. They shouldn't be on a 9-game winning streak. They shouldn't be this highly ranked. They're basically second in the West at the moment.
And also just another player that replaces Ginobili is Gary Neal. He's been doing well off the bench. So
hell yeah.
So it's been good for the Spurs, and just Tim Duncan's just Tim Duncan. He's more laid back, but he's producing the good numbers.
Yep, absolutely, man. I think guys like Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant are smart enough to realise that they're not in their prime of athleticism at the moment, or at a young age, so they know how to utilise their bodies and their skills, to the best of their abilities at this point in time. So I think that's quite good, man. The other team, man, is Dallas. God damn, man, they just they've really come up. They're sitting at number 4 now. But I think everything's starting to fall into place. They just got Jason Kidd back today. He's back for 3 games actually, and he's had some killer games. He had one which was pretty shit, but he's had 2.
But in replace, when Jason Kidd was out, Delonte West was doing a good job in that role.
Well, man, look, man. Apart from carrying guns in guitar cases and fucking LeBron James's mum, Delonte West is a pretty decent player. You know what I'm saying? So
he's going well for the Mavs, and also just with Odom, when Ski was out, he did
did quite well.
Showcase his talent, and he's coming back to form.
He did quite well. Will Dallas make a deep playoff run this year?
Oh, we'll see. Time will tell, I guess. 5-game winning streak, it's
5-game winning streak is hard to put
nearly
together
midway through the season. So
yeah, I think, look, man, as hot as teams like San Antonio and Dallas are at the moment, I don't see Dallas making a deep run into the playoffs because their defense has taken a big dip this year. Whereas their offense has always come up. When it gets to the playoffs, man, it's more about the defensive side of things than it is about the offense. San Antonio, they finished first last year and they got knocked out by the Grizz. So let's see, man. We're gonna have to see how this all pans out. Trade rumors and free agent signings. So first things first, we'll get my favorite team out of the way. So Lakers are apparently going to sign Gilbert Arenas.
yes.
I think it's a good move. I think it's worth taking the risk. A lot of people give Gilbert Arenas shit because he brought a gun into the locker room.
Still a good player.
In his defense, it wasn't loaded. For real, he's an excellent player, man. I think, like a lot of people say, he's lost his athleticism and that. I think that's premature talk, man. He had a decent year with Orlando last year. He didn't get utilised in a lot of minutes to be able to showcase his skills.
And they preferred Jameer Nelson.
Of course, you would prefer Jameer Nelson there. Jameer Nelson's a pretty damn good point guard. But I don't think the Lakers signing Gilbert Arenas is going to hurt them. I think it's going to boost them in a lot of ways. However they utilise him, they might utilise him to start at point guard. They might utilise him to come off the bench and just pour in some points. So he's a great perimeter shooter.
Yep.
He used to be quite an athletic point guard, so let's see if he can sort of replicate some of that now. I think that's good. The other thing from the Lakers side of things is actually the other guy that's making a lot of head noise at the moment is J.R. Smith. So basically the Knicks want J.R. Smith, the Clippers want J.R. Smith, and now the Lakers want J.R. Smith, and apparently J.R. Smith tweeted the other day because Room against his tweet, and J.R. Smith tweeted that he had a conversation, a really good conversation, or a great conversation as he put it, with Mike Brown from the Lakers. Now they could have been talking about friggin' popcorn, or they could have been talking about, J.R. Smith coming to the Lakers, you'd probably think it was the latter. And if the dude's gone out and, J.R. Smith's an emotional guy, he wears his heart on his sleeve, if he's gone out and tweeted that, had a great conversation with Mike Brown, there's a pretty good chance that, he might be coming to the Lakers. Now, if he does come to the Lakers, that's excellent, because they can transition Kobe to play at number 3. The Lakers at the moment, man, their defense is brilliant, it's excellent, but their offense is just shit. Like, there's no other way to put it. So they need some, offensive players.
The Clippers would also benefit as well.
Clippers would benefit.
Chris Paul is the guy to be talking J.R. Smith into coming to the Clippers, as they used to play in New Orleans.
Big time. Big time.
And I guess also if J.R. Smith does go to the Clippers, he'll play alongside Kenyon Martin, which they played.
Yeah, they played together for ages, so their chemistry is a lot. Man, wherever he goes, I think he's going to do well. He'd excel in D'Antonio's system as well, Mike D'Antoni's system. You know what I mean? Like, it's a run and gun type of system. J.R. Smith is that type of player. So wherever he goes, he's going to be effective. It's going to be interesting to see where he does go. Wilson Chandler's come out and said that he's going to re-sign with the Nuggets. So he's off the table. Kenyon Martin signed with the Clippers. I think it's a great signing for them.
So the All-Star Game's coming up on the 25th of February.
Yep, Orlando this year is going to be good. 2012 All-Stars. Got the starters up.
Yeah. The people have voted.
Yeah, indeed. And the starting centers in Orlando, mind you, will be Dwight Howard versus Andrew Bynum.
Yep.
2 kids that are at the center of the trade room at the moment.
Both out of high school.
Yeah, man, it's going to be intense. And at forward, you're going to have Melo match up against Blake Griffin. It's going to be pretty. That's more of a power forward, but Carmelo being Carmelo, is a big fan favorite. Got a lot of votes in there to start. 3, you got Durant and LeBron. It's going to be pretty damn cool.
That could be the matchup for the finals.
Could be the matchup for the finals right there, man. It can definitely be the matchup for the finals right there, man. And at the 2 spot, you got Kobe and Dwight. That could also be the matchup for the finals.
That could, yes.
But so Wade's starting and Bryant's starting and Chris Paul and
Derrick Rose.
And some of the notable reserves, guys like Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love, Marc Gasol made the team for the first time. I think he well deserves that too.
Yep.
The Mark Aldridge in West. Out east, you got guys like Roy Hibbert, who'd made it for the first time, who's also having a good season. So Roy Hibbert made it, but it's his teammate Danny Granger didn't make it.
Well, he's injured now, so.
Oh, right. So maybe Hibbert stepped in for him then.
Yes.
Luol Deng is well deserving of that spot in the All-Star game,
yes.
so he's there. Duran Williams and Iguodala, who's like having a crazy good season for the Philly 76ers and those reserves. Predictions: who do you think's going to win in the All-Star game?
I'm guessing the East.
You're guessing the East? You really think the East has a bit of? Okay, fair enough.
The East have got it, so
I think the West have this one, man. I think the West are definitely going to take this one. And I don't see them losing this game. But that's pretty much it for our show, yeah?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Catch our other video about Jeremy Lin.
We've missed you.
And
I know you missed us too.
So, it's been good. So
you probably missed us more than we missed you.
Yeah.
Damn. Nah, for real, man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
NBA
Catch you
Talk
next time, I guess. And
yeah.
it's probably after the All-Star game.
For real. All right, Jeremy.
Yo.